All right. That took a minute, I guess. Thought the camera quality would be at least to be a little bit better, but take what I can get. This is a cheap laptop. I've never done this. I don't even know. I'm kind of alone. It's really what I've been wanting the past few years is is fulfill true tranquility and happiness. Is thought the resort would be being alone with myself. Um, that's not necessarily the case. To a degree, it is. I guess my environment, yeah, true. I do like more of my environment where I'm at. Um, it was the people I was around. Um, I guess in my environment in general, people necessarily wasn't even that bad I was around. My environment was just not. It was so off-putting that I pushed a lot of my people away, even people that wanted to that were about meaningful relationships and had a potential to make one. Um, for instance, my ex that I was dating for a few years. It was going on 2.5 years. Um, it's one of those instances where you don't know what you have until it's gone, and yeah, I was in a situation where I wasn't responsible on living such a lifestyle that I was living in an environment that was not fit for me, a culture that was not fit for me. Thought it was. I kind of moved on a limb. Um, I'm living in Tennessee right now. Well, that's originally where I'm from. I'm from the Knoxville area. It's okay, I guess. Things are easily located. It's not the worst people. There's a lot better cultures out there. A lot friendlier people too, but it's not bad for what it is. Um, there is after I got out of the service, I um I went back home. First, I lived in Maryland a little bit. Then I moved back home, and once I realized that my mindset wasn't the same frequency and my philosophy, my values were aligned with a lot of people in this area. I kind of thought out of emotion, maybe out of maybe lustfulness, because I was talking to a good friend, and he told me like, "Hey, come move to upstate New York." It's he sold it to me, and well, I moved up there. I found security in this individual. I would can admit he's probably smarter. He is smarter than me to a degree. He's definitely book smart, and so it was a trusted source, and I thought it was okay guidance. Little did I know he's definitely more he's a lot more distraught and lost than I am. Of course, I've been knowing that. I just always had this warped perception, this illusion that he was this grand beacon of knowledge, and just because he was smart, he literally was just better than me in anything, which was not the case. Because we're all pretty much we lack and have strengths and weaknesses. Of course, there's a balance, and I guess living with him for that year or two, well, really, it was like a year, gave me that perception, and it really made me understand, like, oh, this guy is just as emotionally lost as I am, or he has weaknesses for sure. For instance, he has a huge ego, and I have little to none of one. And I guess he helped me get a little bit more confidence and ego, and I kind of help him recognize his a little bit more. It was just like two sides of the coin, I guess, kind of ordeal. And I'm kidding, kind of getting off track here, but yeah. So I moved up here off that reason, and we would get drunk every night, hang out, have a lot of friends over. Just the confirmation of social interaction, that gratification was just always knocking at my door, like the need for attention in the worst ways possible. It was coming to a screeching halt, though. Um, it doesn't help that I have like clinical depression to a degree, and the season makes it a lot worse. The colder seasons, and moving up to an upstate New York, experiencing that type of cold for the first time. Well, I lived in Chicago a little bit, so I kind of understand that type of that cold, but it's just really caught me off guard. It was bone gripping. I wasn't really ready for it because like I was not prepared for it, like any like spiritually, emotionally, financially, um, physically. Like I didn't have the proper wardrobe either. I was nowhere near prepared for this. Um, and it just went to a spiraling of just alcohol and drugs, and wasn't all that bad with like the drug part all that much. It just came to a point where the last few times where I'd indulged in recreational substances, I realized, well, I feel like a pile of poop. This this ain't cool anymore. Um, I met some really cool people though. You know, it was just like my psychosis type behavior and my depression was kind of like pushing away these potential good relationships, friendships, whatnot. And eventually, I ended up I found my well now my ex, and she really helped me a lot in my situation, and it was my first meaningful relationship I think I had in, well, probably my whole life. I would say my first like intimate platonic relationship was like first legit one that was healthy, and it wasn't even at its full potential to be healthy because it was kind of in vain, because I was still struggling a lot with my mental illnesses, and I like bless her, and I still pray for her to whatever God out there for her in her name because she deserves it. I I definitely I wasn't terrible by any means. You know, there was absolutely like no forms of abuse or anything. I still tried my damnedest to be like set aside my selfishness and my paranoia and my depression and stuff. I still try to trump those um, that to be the boyfriend or just be a good friend in general, be a great person and learn from her, and and learn about myself and what I potentially could be and how I can not only benefit her but benefit other people, and how to just not even treat a woman, but just being a morally sound person. It was always there. I just needed to be around good people, like these type of people who like who are raised right. And so I soon realized that I was living with her parents. Um, Amazing people. I wish there was more I could have done for them over the holidays. I gave him a card, Christmas card, and her little nephew, I think, he's a really great lad. I got him a nice present. And I think being surrounded by these people who, oh, it scared me. It's just my cat coming in. Come here, buddy. And I soon realized that being around these wholesome, like these relationships that don't expect something from you in return, but just your existence and just for you to be well, it was a shock to me to a degree. Um, and I come from a um, um, a childhood, a peculiar one for sure, and a little unconventional from others. There's people with worse childhoods, absolutely. Worse lives, worse situations in general. It really is, but it's hard for me to grasp the concept of love and just identifying emotions and knowing where they come from. I myself am an extremely sensitive, emotional person. It's just now been recently for me to actually confront that and understand to identify these emotions and feelings and where they coming from. And a lot of it has resorted back from childhood. And therapy helps. Therapy has been helping a lot. And but at the moment, I don't have decent insurance because I again just moved from New York to here, so I haven't been able to get on a good insurance plan through a job or anything. So I've been self helping myself a lot through medications. I've been trying to take vitamins, take vitamin D every night. That excuse me, that definitely helps a lot. Is just keeping up with that simple vitamin, that simple thing that us humans we naturally lack. And I try to journal as much as I can. I try to get into drawing again and painting, remembering that's who I am truly as an artist. And I'm still going through this strong resistance period. And it wins some days, it really does. But I ultimately know what my goal is and my purpose in this life. And there's not a lot of things that's going to stop it. It's only myself. And once I come to wholeheartedly, body, mind, and spirit, like are aligned to one another, and is fully able to comprehend that it's me that is in my own head about almost everything, and I, the eye of the beholder is stopping the output, just because of all the things that I am grabbing on in the past and leeching onto from the past. And once I was able to like sever off these ends um, and come on the brink of a new existence, literally a new life. I feel like I'm living a new life almost every day now, every week, because I'm on the fence of my old self, present, and what I am in the future. And that can get meshed pretty. It's a slippery slope right there. The line gets really blurred between my old self and my present self, and it makes it so it's so gleamingly just so hopeless to see a better version of myself in the future. But I try not to think too much of the future now because I'm learning more to focus more on the moment, be in the moment, and because that's all we have is the moment. Like right now, I've been wanting to do like this stream to talk to someone for like um some time now. Uh, I got friends, but they're living their own lives, doing their own thing. You can only tell them so much before it's like, oh well, You'll be all right, man. I'm here for you. Yeah, I know they are, and that does comfort me. But it's talking into this digital void where there's like just really no one that even has to respond or answer. It's just my output out there, and I guess it's kind of in the title. Um, I know there's people out there going through the same situation I am, probably a lot worse, and it's a sense of comfortability knowing that my words can like resonate with someone who is going through a similar situation. Um, a situation where you feel just like you know what you need to do, you know who you are and what your values are. You're stuck in this comfortability of like this cesspool of coming or going, and you don't realize like the oh shit button doesn't get like pushed on your conscious until you realize like, oh my god, it's 2022 and I've done absolutely with my life to show it. I've had these same thoughts, these same goals, these same ambitions, these same ideas since like literally I can remember the exact moments of having these same epiphanies from like a year ago. Um, for instance, me wanting to I wanted to cut back on a lot of my marijuana usage, which I've been really good about. And I remember almost a year ago today, I remember it was my 3rd year anniversary of getting out of the service. And I was like, all right, 3 years of smoking almost every day, continuously heavy. I think that's a good end right there. That's a good call. We can we can bid adieu to that nasty habit. Little did I know it's going to be a lot more nastier than that. It had a total grasp of control of me. It still lingers in a lot of my subconscious actions to where even when I go through my daily tasks, I feel like I'm only working. It's a work and reward factor now. Where I was like, all right, I got to do these dishes. I got to like meditate now, or I got to read this chapter in a book because because I can reward myself with marijuana. And I feel like I've noticed that is a toxic mindset. Do it for the pure bliss of acknowledgement and self better, and to better yourself. And once it goes back to what I was previously stating, like going between the old self and new self, trying to refrain from that mindset because that's me justifying myself. That's resistance telling me that I was like, it's okay, man. It's okay. You're still working. You're still doing something in the process, right? Like you're doing that thing, so you can enjoy the high a lot more, not have more of like a guilty conscience. No, it's still there. Like, and it was just there the other night when I um I did a little drawing and painting, and I was like, you know what, I'll smoke a little bit. I deserve it. And I remember I was cool within the moment because it's one of those things where, when you're riding the high and you're high for like 10, 15 minutes and it's cool. You're like, man, I feel so sharp, clairvoyant. I can just figure my whole life out. I don't know, it's just an ADHD thing, but just being hyperactive in the moment. Then it's just completely 180s. The turn really tables on within like a 30 minutes to an hour period when the it wears off and I just get super dismissive, aloof, very lethargic. Honestly, it gets kind of scary, and just these depressive impending doom type of thoughts like start to like be really intrusive and poke at me, and it feels so natural. It just happens so naturally, it feels like. And it's just a reset. I just reset every day. Or I'm like at the night, I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit smoking. That's it. I'm done. I know what I need to do, and I know what it takes to do it. It's just I get caught up in this old cycle again. It's just a snake eating its own tail. And I would wake up, feel pretty good. Um, excuse me. and I'd do what I need to do. I'd cook, and that's when it happens again. Like, oh wow, I did all this stuff for people, and I helped myself out. I did daily tasks. You showered. You did laundry. Good job. Smoke a bowl about it. And there's the news, this new side of that I've been working on and trying to harvest this new thought process of like, you don't do it. It's not worth it at all. Like, it's gonna help you in the moment, but it's so detrimental in the long run. It is detrimental to your dopamine, it's detrimental to your mindset, to your goals, your ambitions, and who you truly are. And me being an artist, I don't need weed. I don't need that. It helps in the moment. Like, I would that's the beautiful thing about being an artist and smoking, is that all your ideas that just kind of connect, they mesh, and it just comes alive. Epiphanies left and right. It's amazing. But if you constantly use it every day, it really misconstrues the meaning of why you're using it in the first place. Like, it completely just demolishes any type of euphoric, amazing experience. It transitions over a from using it beneficiary to like euphoric experiences to just it's just a habit now. You don't know why you do it. You don't know why you smoke it. You just know you got to do it. That goes with most things. I feel like with coffee and cigarettes, which I broke. That was a lot easier. Um, I know that little TMI, like even pornography, was like a lot of that is a lot easier to break than marijuana. And I still like and I didn't think coffee would be. I didn't think caffeine would be. And my biggest one is sugar right now. That's the big killer right there. It's the silent killer, because literally, even in the Western culture, we're so unaware of how much sugar we take in. We're just America, really. We don't know how much sugar is in a lot of stuff, and how much we're overdoing it by the day. And once I actually like kept tabs on like the drinks, I don't even drink soft drinks at all. I've Like, it was just a recent where I'm start drinking a lot more sugars than usual, and I noticed, like, I'm starting to break out a little bit again, and that was just me having, like, a cheer wine every couple days, or, like, my roommate has some Johnny Bootleggers. I mean, I guess I drank a little bit, trying to compensate for wearing off on the smoking a little bit, um, and I noticed that, plus what I'm eating, which I thought was regular, I started breaking out again, and I was like, "Wow, I feel like I wasn't even consuming that much more sugar," but it was significant because it led to the point of me having, like, breaking out again, which hasn't happened in years. Um, but marijuana is definitely the big thing that is the big slip. That is it's a double-edged sword for sure. Like, it's benefited my social anxiety to a degree. Like, it really helps with a lot of things in the moment. Like, I feel like I am my true form in the moment, but then it just completely just wipes away the whole program, clean slates it. Like, that later on that night or the next morning where I'm just a bit again, if that makes any sense. And it just restarts again. And but um I did go a month there. I went from last year, technically, I guess I can say. Um I got heartburn right now. Had a lot of garlic bread. But I guess I can say that the what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Um, I'm so sorry. I really lost my train of thought. It's kind of late too, but I guess I'm I guess I'm getting a little tired, but I still have a lot on my mind that I just want to get off. Um, but oh yeah. So last year, December 2nd, December 3rd, I went from that, and before then, a month prior, I was only smoking like Delta 8, which is legal here in Tennessee, which is weird. Um, but and I even stopped that as often because it just still like just made me did not. I just still felt unproductive and just not feel like 100% true to myself. And the then as nasty as it is, I was smoking res a little bit, and that is disgusting. If you've never smoked res, don't do it. It's not worth it. I mean, yeah, you're getting somewhat of a high still. That is when it's bad. That's when you need help. Like you are fighting something. You are fighting some demons. You have strong resistance. If you're prone to smoking res a lot, you probably have outbursts a lot. You probably have a lot of weird microbursts of anger and just weird depressive issues and trust issues in general. You're escaping something. It takes one to know one. And I completely severed that off, and I went a whole month. And then almost a whole month, I guess, technically, because it went up to New Year's, just a couple days before New Year's, a day or two. And my buddy gave me some free weed for free. He was like, "Here, have some." And I realized free weed for free. But yeah, he just gave me some on the house because like welcome back home gift and stuff. And I thought it was pretty nice of him. Then I thought to myself like, "Oh shit, here it goes." Um, it started right there when I told myself, I was like, I'm just gonna have a bowl, have a couple bowls, do it for beneficiary purposes, just smoke, feel good about yourself, find like really resort and think about your life and like role play it, because even like those who another beautiful thing about marijuana is when you do smoke, your whole like 3 to 4 months of you not smoking kind of role plays in your head of like things you've done, things you could have done better, what this meant in a situation when this person said one thing, like what that actually meant. Of course, 40 or 60% of the time, you got to take it with a grain of salt because it could just be natural paranoia or anxiety. But a lot of times, you are almost 90% sure it's like, wow, I would have not have. I'm glad this was brought to me in this perspective, like a social conflict or something, and it really enlightens you and to a point where you know you're right, and it just benefits you. It makes you more perceptual and more groundbreaking and more helping in other people's lives, and if they're facing a similar situation or social construct. Um, but again, as I was saying, as days went by, fast forward until just a few days ago, well, from New Year's. So yeah, the past like 2 weeks, I've really just been like wearing out my welcome with I mean I still have a D8 cartridge, a D8 stick, and the I was smoking a little bit of Delta 8 that my roommate has here and there, and I'm still going through this. I'm going through this process of currently. Um, it was just a couple nights when it was a couple nights ago when I noticed I wanted to smoke. I smoked res again, and I was like, there it is. It's starting again, and I caught myself, and now I'm in this funk where I'm like, I need this work and reward factor, and that I'm unworthy if I like. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. Like it's so habitual that it is. It really has this cloak over me of just of something, and it turns me into something I am so unaware of. Someone who I'm definitely not, who I think I am, but I'm not. And I don't know. I guess this is not really a cry for help at all. But like I said, it's more to help someone else in this situation because I'm aware. I know what's going on with me, and I know what I need to do. It's just I need to tell y'all that I'm really working. I'm really trying. It's hard. And if you're going through the same thing, I 110% feel you. You don't have to feel like a piece of shit. You don't have to like bring yourself down so much. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. Think about all the success and accomplishments you've already done. Even if you think you've done none, even hell, even if people said you haven't done anything, you still, there is small things that you have done in your life. It could be literally as simple as opening a door for someone or saying, wishing someone a good day. That person could have the worst day in their life. As cliche as it sounds, that person could have had like suicidal thoughts like the night prior or something. And just for your simple words was like a glisten of a hope, of just light that they needed. You will never be aware of it because you're in the grocery store buying a burger or something. I don't know why you're in a grocery store buying a burger meat. Let's say that, or even buying like or even, yeah, McDonald's or something. I don't know, but there is worth. You are so much more of worth, and I am too. I have so much more worth, and that's something I've been working on the past. That's my biggest thing, is knowing my worth and who I truly am and what my output is going to be in this world. And you cannot find output with distractions in your life, such as social media. That's the big killer. Eating right and dieting. That's the big. Well, I just contradict myself. Not contradict. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But you get what I'm trying to say. Kind of just, yeah. What is that? A oxymoron or something? Like, um, to it, something like that. But the that is the big thing that I'm definitely have struggled in, and I that is the big thing. The biggest thing, resistance, is like really in the corner, like kind of like really getting the best of me, and they know it. It knows it is. Resistance is just smiling in the corner, just like, I got you, bitch. Just because it knows like it has a grasp on me on my exercise. I have not worked. I tell myself every day is like, I gotta work out more often. I gotta do at least do push-ups. I try to make up these new workout regimens literally all the time. For it can be as simple as like, all right, just do 25 push-ups in the morning, 25 at night. That is all. You got this. I didn't even do that today at all because my mind was still, I'm still just feeling and just heavy and lethargic from just smoking the nights prior. And it's catching yourself in the moment. It really is catching yourself in the moment. This all sucks. It really does suck. Um because I really do miss my ex a lot. She's a great person. I sacrificed that meaning of happiness. That I sacrifice, yeah, that aspect of happiness for other aspects of happiness in my life, such as finding my own happiness, which I never really had a chance to do. I mean, even before I moved up to New York, and I never really had a chance to truly be myself and figure out who I am, because in the Navy I was just a robot. And before that, I've been in state's custody my whole life. So I've never had the choice. And plus, being raised in the Bible Belt, just Christianity just crammed down my throat. Not saying nothing wrong with it if you practice it. It's whatever, whatever makes you happy. But it's just not my cup of tea. And how it was just like, oh, if you don't do this and this and this, well, you're just going to like burn in hell forever. Like, I don't like that deal. That doesn't sound too pleasing. Um, um, so I learned to think for yourself. Absolutely. There's just so many different things that was constricting my critical thinking departments, and my ability to truly see who I am and what I'm capable of and what I serve in this world. And I'm still having distractions in my life, but it's just I never was given the opportunity of just truly being myself my whole life. And now that I have it, I feel like I'm just kind of, we all kind of figure out who we are when we're like 20, 5 or 7 to 30, like within that age range. Well, it's like that with me, but just sevenfold because I'm learning other things too. Like I'm dealing with my untamed trauma in the process, which I'm making leaps and bounds. Absolutely, I got works to go. I have a lot ways to go, but I'm definitely making. I've made so much progress, and a lot of my friends can see it too. And I think that once my friends recognize, like, you have much color in your face, like you look good, man, that resonates with me. It really does. That's how I know, like, I'm doing something right, even when I feel like I'm doing nothing right at all. And I know that compromising is growth and being uncomfortable is growth. I preach this, now I'm practicing it. I tell people I've been knowing this, but now that I'm actually living it, like, it is very uncomfortable. Considering everything that I used to have and what I was doing and how it just in a blink, I decided this. It was my decision. My first true decision on my own whim was to move back home, was to come here. First, I lived in Memphis a little bit for like a month or two. That was a terrible decision. If I do another live stream, I might go a little bit more depths about that situation, but just know it was, yes, it was just purgatory mixed with like weird real life, like sleep paralysis that I just don't know. It seemed pretty bad. It was bad. Um, yeah, that that comparison to like sleep paralysis, that was a terrible like comparison. I know I did wasn't actually having sleep paralysis issues. I used to as a kid, scary stuff, but no, it was like it was just a bad dream that I really couldn't wake up from. It wasn't a nightmare because I still had like I don't know, it was bad. So I just ripped the band-aid off quick. I was like, oh, I got to stick to my original plan, which is going home. I only went to Memphis because it was a good living situation. It was secure, like the one I found in New York. And so I was like, you know what? I just need to completely be on myself. Well, I was going to be homeless. I was prepared to live in a homeless shelter in the Salvation Army in Johnson City. So I was born. And I was definitely going to try to get to my roots again, be grounded. Where am I from? Who am I? And I feel like the best way to really self-disclose is and bring things to light and understand it is be near your home. I guess it's kind of spiritual to a degree, and but that's where it all starts. It's right there. That's your stomping grounds. That's your bacteria essentially, and that's getting adjusted to that again. Even though I mean, again, I do have a lot of um, very futile memories. Um, but I'm strong enough now, mentally more mature, and have a better attitude to take those memories and kind of just burn them away from the environment that I was in and replace with better memories and just a new perspective, just a totally different perspective and a new attitude to how I view and see East Tennessee. So, so I guess that's why I'm here. Really, I mean, is forcing myself to get new perspective and new meaning and new culture, and to be uncomfortable to where I can accept whether a mistake or not. I made my bed, now I have to sleep in it. And yeah, this is it's been quite the roller coaster of emotions and just situations in general the past month, just being homeless, really living out of my Honda Accord with my cat. It's pretty stressful for both of us. I feel sorry for more about my cat. He doesn't deserve any of this. I feel like a terrible owner just putting through, but I know he is. I'd rather have no other co-pilot. I would show you to him, but he's relaxing and cleaning himself. But he's definitely been very therapeutic for me in this situation. And I was definitely committed to having my friend take care of him while I was staying in a homeless shelter. But luckily, well, he's my best friend. He has another coworker that he was looking for a roommate. Um, and so my good friend called me. He's like, "Hey, I got a coworker. He needs a roommate. So think you can you seem like a proper candidate." It's like, yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Based off where it's at, this is what I've all been asking. This is what I've been requesting. This is what I've been praying for and just putting into the universe constantly. Is to be alone. And they say be careful what you wish for because you'll get it all. Yeah. I got most of it, I'm pretty sure. Or I might have got a little bit more than I want. I mean, yeah, I do live in the middle of nowhere. I live deep in the woods. But this is kind of what. Oh, excuse me. This is kind of what I was wanting the whole time, was to be grounded, near home, next to good friends, catching up with old family, finding potential other family that I've never met or haven't saw in 20 years, having my own space, um, being able to like speak freely amongst myself, um, and vent to anonymous, um, without being intruded or judged for, which it's not happening at all right now. I have a roommate, yeah, super sweet guy, awesome. He minds himself. He gave me a great deal on rent. Well, he doesn't pay too much for rent anyways, so he gave me a good deal, and I'm still trying to process of how blessed I am, I guess. Whatever the term blessed means. Like, I don't know, it's very overused, and sometimes it's like the word literal. It's used out of context a lot, to where it just really almost over time seems like the definition of itself would change. Um but yeah, like very fortunate. Um I'm very fortunate in this situation, more than my wildest comprehension. That's why I'm still trying to actually, it's hard for me to take it all in. And I'm just now fully starting to comprehend everything that's in front of me. And this is everything I've been wanting probably literally my whole life, was just tranquility, peace of mind. And I'm not a minimalistic man by any means, but I am simple to a degree. I'm a very complicated, simple man. And complicated in my habits, how peculiar how I am. I don't know, it's just ADHD, OCD, and stuff. And um, with the unconventional childhood has led me to have certain weird little, I don't know, just stuff, man. That, AKA, I'm not the easiest roommate to live with, but I am at the same time. I'm still like I try to be very well reserved, non-conflicting. I try to keep things. I try to be the anchor in any living situation. Um, for instance, I cook and clean around here as much as I can, even if it doesn't need it. It's nice. It stays busy. It's just my part of the bargain. Just the mutual respect and mutual beneficiary purposes. He's giving me a place to stay, giving me a roof over my head for me and my cat, giving me great rent. I think it's respectable of me to reciprocate with just doing chores, cleaning up, sometimes going raking the leaves in the yard. Um, I've been cooking a lot, I cook every night. I try to enhance my culinary skills. I find that pretty therapeutic, especially chopping vegetables and stuff. I'm starting to get a lot more into that. And chopping garlic is so annoying. It's one of my favorite. I literally goes. It's the perfect umami for anything. I know it's a little off topic, but man, I love me some garlic. But it's just such, man, it's such a drag. Just so sticky. It gets all over the knife and it gets on your finger and it flings. Before you know it, your cat's trying to eat pieces of minced garlic out of the floor, and that's no bueno. But I've been trying. But as I was saying, I try to do as much as I can of something beneficiary like that for a lot of people. And I'm definitely a giver. I'm a giver. I always try to put. That's my, I guess, my biggest weakness, but my most blessed quality is putting others before myself, and this is what led a lot more to my not having my depression and trauma under control, and truly understanding who I am is trying to help others out way more than help myself out, because I feel like my value is not as important as other people's values, because I maybe find them inferior, or even if I see them as my best friend, or they can be the or just a great person in general, and I or if I find some sort of other attractiveness to them, I always try to do something, go above and beyond, and go on my way, even if that means like screwing myself up in the long run. And that it took me like proper actual therapy to realize this, and kind of look that in the mirror and point at it and understand that it's like, this is has to be different. You are you, no one else. Only you can really know and help yourself in the long run, know what you truly really want. It's really just you, because life is that subjective. It's scary how subjective it is. It's just such an individual experience. So you'll never get what you want in life. You'll never truly be happy if you just don't say what's on your mind, whether it's words of feeling, logic, um, just comments or statements, um, what is that one word? Or observations. Just speaking your mind wholeheartedly and knowing, but it comes with, but again, there is logic that has to come in that too. You need to find that good balance of logic and emotion, of trying to convey your feelings properly to someone without making him seem like, oh, he's just a crybaby, or he's just an emotionally damaged creature. You definitely have to convey your feelings in a very in a type of etiquette, which has always been my problem too. And I'm just now starting to and I learn, once you find that balance of properly conveying your needs and wants and your desires and your goals in a proper way, um, you get a lot. I mean, obviously, it's not a big thing. I don't give too much about. I give two shits about. Oh, I just got a Snapchat. It's late at night. It's weird, but I don't get. I could give a shit about like earning respect from others. I do. I do have a lot of respect for myself, but it's just more of oh my god, I lost my train of thought again. Jesus Christ. Oh no, as I was saying, yeah, I know exactly what I was saying. It was more of just making meaningful relationships in the long run in a lot of other different ways. You'll just it automatically be like, if you just convey what you want and how you want it, the the output of wanting a potential relationship or friendship with whoever is, the odds are going to be so much higher. I have just noticed this the past like year and a half to 2 years. It's not been long. I'm learning as I go on, and it's weird. It's just I feel like I'm continuously just learning something new, and that's why I was saying in earlier, previously stating in the beginning of this live stream was I'm living like a different life almost every day, just completely like training back to old thoughts, but also learning new things and trying to play those new things in a new in just this old brain of mine. And I say like I'm an old man, but just I mean, like these old habitual thoughts. And it's yeah, it's not easy. Um, I just wanted to give my limelight of this situation, and it's going to get better. Just have to keep compromising. You have to make small compromises in your life, as I am now. The compromises for me, well, I live 15 minutes away from anything, just about. So I have to go twists and turns, up hills and down hills, which is terrible in my car. I have a 25-year-old Honda Accord. So, and if you know anything about those axle suspensions, they can take a lot, but they do make a lot of noise. And they have a tendency to, they can get rough. They can, yeah. um, they can get pretty sluggish if um, if you don't properly like maintenance them. I'm getting really tired now. I'm just realized I'm like going off these weird tangents that are not even making sense half the time. But yeah, I'm about to get off here. I just wanted to this is my introduction. I mean, I know I got other YouTube videos on here, but those are jokes. I was a person that I was not comfortable with. I did it for I just finding means of wanting attention in really weird ways, because just not having proper love or having meaningful relationships in my life caused me to want attention in other ways. And I'm not even trying to want attention right now. I'm just, I guess it is a sense of wanting attention, but more of also understanding there's a mutual benefit out there. Um, because this is therapy for my own, I guess. Just again talking to like putting my um like sound bites, putting my voice out there in the digital universe. Um and I don't know. I doubt if anybody was going to listen to this or hear this. Maybe one or two people one day, but that's probably not the audience. Who knows? That's probably the audience I'm not looking for. They'll probably think of like, oh, who's this weirdo with a mustache and some weird like paneling wall from the 70s? This guy. But nah, man. I'm just a guy with a few words to say and some thoughts, and I'll and trying to maybe let these words find someone who is going through this very similar situations. You're not alone. You're loved. You are loved. Be yourself. Be the person you always wanted to be, even if it's hard, uncomfortable, even if it means you're going to lose friends. Those aren't your friends all along. Even if you get disowned by family, those your family members are lost. They've been fed lies. They've been fed just traditions and beliefs that they think is right, that keeps them comfortable. And as far as like who you are, like a religion, sexuality, career choice, do it for yourself. Be you, because you only have you. You only have this one life. And again, I'm trying to take my own advice. I try to do it little by little, day by day, and it's not easy. It's a day to day. It's a moment to moment process. It is literally it's a second, like an singular thought to singular thought type of process. Breaking down your thoughts to the molecular level inside your brain to in like resetting them, reprogramming how you think and feel in your perception to things in life. And it all starts with getting proper sleep. Ironically, I'm doing this. Um, taking If you know you're lacking in a vitamin, take a vitamin, or just eat a food that's rich in those vitamins and get it naturally. Just don't have to eat a strict diet. Just find a balance, because that's what life is about, is having a balance. Find a balance in your diet. Do some push-ups a day. Go run. Go run. Make a sauna out of your bathroom and put a lot of layers of clothes on and just go sweat it out, you know? Do something. Get your heart racing. Like, find some stimulation other than through this, you know? Like, not into specifically talking, like venting to this, because this is pretty beneficial to me right now, but like digital shit. Um Anything with that lets off a blue screen, any like TVs, anything like that. And yeah. Um oh yeah. Um Going outside, breathing in fresh air, talk to nature. Go do something you've never done before. Go read something you've never done before. Start drawing, even if you're not good at it. Express yourself. Stop having too many inputs and have more outputs. Find an equal balance of input to output ratio. That's what I'm going through right now. Still, is my output, and not just doing it for a worker reward factor. To like, oh well, if I do this and this, I can earn this. Do it because it's beneficiary to yourself, and it's going to be beneficiary to others in the future, because that is the main purpose of humanity. That's the ultimate goal, I feel like, is thriving with other members of society and progressing humanity forward in whatever way that means. AKA having babies and taking care of those babies and nourishing them to where they grow up to be productive members of society, and they do the same for their kids, and they go on and on and on. Obviously, we're in some dire straits right now as far as in the humanity department. We're lacking a little bit, but it seems pretty futile and hopeless. But I do feel like, even though it's one singular action that we're doing, it's all for the greater good, and we all just do it together. It's it helps. It definitely helps. Remember that. And I have to remember that to myself too. Even again, as far as me, I can just like pick up a piece of napkin off the side of the road, or a cigarette butt. Who else is going to do it? It still would have been there today if I didn't do it. It's just less weight off the earth. It makes me feel better about myself. And yeah, littering is not based at all. Um, I try to say based unironically. Um, I should not have done that. I don't speak like that often. Please don't judge me. Um, I have a few friends who like, maybe I've been listening too much SoundCloud rap the past couple years. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm clocking in an hour here. Uh, but yeah, it's your boy. Y'all y'all be good. I'll be back. I want to do this more often. Even if like get no views within like my videos on a year or two from now, I know one day it's going to reach a good certain audience. It's going to touch someone. I really hope it does. Um but I'm gonna give progress updates on my life, where I'm at, and give you a little bit more of my life story here soon. Next couple days, maybe tomorrow night, maybe next week. Who knows? But all right, guys. Thank you. If you're watching this whole video, I'm flattered. Thank you. I don't know why you would do it. it was kind of a shit show this whole thing's been a shit show, honestly. But yeah, all right. Peace and love to all those deserving. Good night.